Hey guys, Garrett197 again, this time with a review of the 144th scale high-grade Universal Century Gouf Ecopla version from the original Gundam series. And as the name indicates, this kit is made entirely out of recycled plastic, which also means that it's not entirely black. It's got like tiny little shimmers of different colors such as red, blue, silver. I'm not sure if you can see it, but they're like tiny little specks, so it's kind of like looking at a little galaxy. A really nice effect. The stickers you get are the same as the original. You get a mono eye sticker, you also get a black sticker, which you can put behind it, but yeah, that would be kind of pointless, wouldn't it? Then you also get two orange ones for his cockpit, which I seem to have lost. And then, for articulation, fortunately not that great. Head goes up like that, down like that, will turn around all the way, and that's it. No mono eye movement, nothing else. The arms, his shoulder guards will go out about that far, but they still kind of hinder the articulation a little bit. Then they will turn around, no forwards or backwards movement at all, will turn around below the shoulder. The elbow, just on a single joint, get about 90 degrees. The hands are in ball joints, so yeah, they will wiggle, turn, and do everything a ball joint does. And also come apart. Then, his Vulcan finger is also on a ball joint. Now I have to say, the reason this came apart is because I didn't really put it together all that well. When you put them together, they're way too tight. Then, waist movement, nothing at all. Which is really unfortunate, but kind of understandable because you of course have these hoses here running all the way from front to back, so it would make waist articulation quite hard. The skirt armor isn't articulated either, and that's a real shame because the Gouf is supposed to be like a super articulated close combat mobile suit, and yeah, like this goes out about that far, back about that far, which is not a lot at all, goes out about that far, which is still decent, but yeah, seriously hindered by this. Then his knees are on double joints, but you get about 90 degrees. That's not good at all. His feet go forwards about that far, backwards a little bit like that, and then somewhat side to side. So articulation wise, it's actually quite a big disappointment. Like I said, the Gouf is supposed to be a close combat mobile suit, and this feels more like a brick than an articulated fighter, unfortunately. Luckily, the accessories do kind of make up for it. Start off with the traditional Gouf shield, clips onto his left arm, unfortunately it won't clip onto the right arm. And then you also get his heat sword, which you can either store inside the shield, but you do have to be a little bit careful because it can get stuck behind his shoulder armor here. And you don't want to accidentally break the tip of the sword. Or you can put it in his hand. It's a little bit wobbly, but overall it's not too bad, and you can hold it pretty decently. Let's store it in there. And once you clip the hand together like you should, that hand is not coming apart unless you apply a lot of force. And there we go. That's in his hand. As you can see, a little bit floppy, but yeah, because the sword can't really move around that much, it still looks pretty good. Next up, we get a trigger finger hand, which you have to use for his heat rods. You get this one, which is extended and kind of like shooting out, or you get this one, which is more bent and is a little bit more general purpose. You can use it to like be idle or to ensnare another mobile suit. And what you want to do is take this off. Well, you should actually be able to just pop it in, but for some reason the ball joint on these rods seem to be a tiny bit too big and it won't go in. So you just have to do it like this. Pop it in. Then, whoops, have to try to get the hand apart. and that is the most difficult part. No doubt, getting these hands apart. They're a real pain to get apart. Believe me, like I said, that is why I kind of left the other one open. I heard something snap. I hope that means it's coming apart and not that I just broke something. There we go. Then just pop it in. Align the heat rod. And put it in nicely like so. Now the other part's coming apart. Come on. There we go. And here you have the Gouf with his signature weapon. So, like I said, you can either have him like slashing another mobile suit, like something like that. You can either have him like ensnaring it. So you can actually do a lot with this. And it's also made of bendy, kind of like polycap material. Or you can just have him standing like so. Another use for his trigger finger hand is the machine gun. Now this might look like the machine gun used by the Zaku 2 F2, that means, and that is because it is actually the same one, but this is an entirely different mold. For example, his scope doesn't move at all, simply pegged in there, and his little handle here is also pegged in there. But you do have two pegs, so you can also peg it in like so, to kind of dual wheel it, well, to kind of hold it with two hands. Unfortunately, yeah, you don't really get a functional left hand. Also, what you can do is simply remove the clip. You see it's on a little peg here, and then you could attach it, well, you could glue it on somewhere for diorama poses. The machine gun sits a bit wobbly in the hand, but because of the way he should hold it, it's no problem at all, because you do get the pressure from his lower arm. So, in the end, it's pretty good in there. As always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? And if you can forgive him for his lack of articulation, absolutely. He looks awesome in black, gets some nice accessories, even the master grades that would come with the machine gun. And I think that's a really nice accessory, because in the anime he is seen with a machine gun. It's just Ron Moral's unit that never uses the machine gun. So, really nice accessories. He looks amazing. Articulation could be a lot better, but hey. Here he is next to the original Gouf. As you can see, the color scheme makes a giant difference. In comparison with the Zaku 2 F2. And finally, a comparison with the Ecopla RX-78-2. And that's all for this review, and see you at the next one.